guest, U.S. Congressman Brian Babin, though, has introduced legislation condemning attacks by some of these pro-abortion extremists, Jane's Revenge being one of them. Recently, Babin wrote in a press release, the DOJ is busy likening concerned parents to domestic terrorists instead of prosecuting pro-abortion anarchists who are, by the FBI's very definition, engaging in domestic terrorism. The Democrats are silent about this violence, and the DOJ is ignoring it. We must enforce our laws and protect the organizations being terrorized by these anti-life extremists. I could not agree more with Brian. I want to welcome the Texas Congressman back to the program to discuss this. Brian, how you been?
I'm doing great. It's always good to be with you.
Appreciate you. Yeah, it's pretty interesting watching this double standard, being labeled a domestic terrorist, because I'm sure that's what they label us here at OAN, when we can watch groups commit acts unthinkable during the summer of love. No one discusses that. Fast forward to this year, after the Roe v. Wade, the Dobbs case was leaked, violence against all these different organizations, pro-life groups, and not one mention from one Democrat in the House or Senate or any of these bureaucrats running these federal law enforcement agencies. But by golly, you say you're a Trump supporter and we're going to label you a terrorist.
Dan, you couldn't be more on the money. We've seen over and over again people that formerly worked for President Trump are still Trump supporters, constitutionalists, pro-lifers, pro-Israel, pro-Second Amendment folks, being arrested, being dragged away from airports in leg irons, and taken and being mugshot. And then you look at what's been happening. Those are the ones that are suffering at the hands of these radicals that are now in charge of our country, while at the same time, just as you said, Antifa, Black Lives Matters, Jane's Revenge, etc., they get off scot-free. The Vice President of the United States raises money to go bail for some of these people who have been arrested. Those are the minority. Most of them are not even arrested, and they're not being prosecuted whatsoever. The double standard is intolerable, and we're seeing this double standard with the raid on President Trump, and it just in living color. It's incredible that they could go after a former president for the first time in 246 years, however long this country's been going, since 1776, unbelievably, and then talking about how he's mishandled classified information, on and on and on. 15 boxes.
Brian, if he had nuclear documents down there that weren't secured properly, then why in the hell did it take him almost 19 months to go down, kick the door in, and do something about it? The man left the White House last January. If this is factual, I don't know what kind of moron American citizen or politician in their right mind could fathom that the government would sit on their hands and wait until August of 2022 to go get these highly classified documents. It's all political theater.
I believe that this is definitely political theater, and I think some of the brains behind President Biden's administration probably said, we don't have very many months to do this. We've got to defuse this Mr. Trump. They'll do anything to keep him from running again. They're terrified of him. And at the same time, we've seen James Comey, a director of the FBI, say that Hillary Clinton absolutely had classified information on some of those 30,000 emails that she had, and they said it didn't rise to the level of prosecution, and yet they make a raid on the home of our former president because they greatly fear him. So you couldn't be more right.
Yeah, let's not forget, Hillary's people deleted the 33,000 emails, then wiped the servers. Then, when there was the subpoena to get the emails and to get cell phones and different material and laptops, there were computers and cell phones that were destroyed. Even Comey admitted that, some with hammers, or they took out the SIM cards and deleted the information. So aren't you then messing with evidence? Does you some sort of charge? But not Hillary Clinton.
No question about it. That's exactly right. And then when we complain about the 2020 election, about this sham January 6th commission, and we're accused as Republicans, and Trump is certainly one of the accused as well, of endangering the lives of law enforcement in the United States. What poppycock? The Democrats for 2 years,
Defund
Dan,
the
have done,
police.
defund the police, demonize them.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
It is just incredible, the double standard that
I know.
and the hypocrisy.
They got cops killed. It was proven. They're defund the police BS for the last 2 years. And go further back. Michael Brown case under Obama Biden. Let's go back to that one. Ever since that one and the BLM and the defund police movement started under Obama, cops have been targeted and killed thanks to Democrats. And now, because we're pissed off that you raided President Trump's home and somebody went to the Cincinnati FBI office and tried something, now we're promoting violence against the FBI? My butt. Finally, I just got to throw this out there because I thought it was interesting. 20 seconds left. The DOJ admits the FBI handled the raid improperly and took items they shouldn't. That just broke today. Really? No kidding.
No surprise there. We didn't find out for 3 days that Merrick Garland was the one that signed off on this thing because he was hiding. Yep. And just quite frankly, the double standard we're seeing here, Americans are fed up with it. I think in November you're going to see a red wave sweep over this country, and we're going to throw a lot of these people in the House out. The Republican Party has got to remain united, and we see that with the results of the Wyoming congressional race up there, where Miss Cheney forgot her mandate. She's supposed to be representing the people of Wyoming.
That's right.
Not joining Benny Thompson and Adam Schiff.
Brian,